Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the McFarlane Toys Mortal Kombat Johnny Cage, and it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. It's better than some of the other figures for sure. Is it as good as Raiden or Spawn? Nah, it's not. It definitely has a few more serious issues, but it's still better than the Ninjas by a large margin. So that's a good thing if you like Johnny Cage, or at least this version of him. And so let's go ahead and talk about it. There's some good stuff, some bad stuff. We'll see how you guys feel about it by the end, and we'll see how I feel about it by the end. So let's go ahead and get him off the stand and take a closer look. This guy stands just about 19 centimeters, just shy of 19 centimeters, which makes him pretty close to 7.5 inches. And first glance, two things stand out to me. One is the paints are pretty clean. We have some different colors going on in his jacket. The white line work, not perfect, pretty darn good. The pant line work is very nice. The skin tone is weird. He's very gray. He looks, I don't know, that's a weird skin tone. It's not like olivey, it's not tan, it's just kind of muted gray. A little bit weird. More noticeable on his chest and arms than his head, which is not a good look because it looks weird not being uniform. That notwithstanding, the rest of it is done pretty well. The metallic looks really nice on the jacket. Again, all the detail work is pretty clean. Even the shoes have a lot of detail work on there. The logo on the back is nice. The sculpt likeness is pretty good. I have to say the paint for the face is lacking a little bit, especially with the cross-eyed thing going on. But the sculpt is definitely a good likeness. Looks just like the game model, so that's pretty good. I don't think the blood, if that is supposed to be blood on his wrist and hand wraps, looks good at all. And also the wrist and hand wraps are two different colors. This is like a creamy color, this is a whiter color. Not great. But all in all, the aesthetics are pretty good overall. I said all in all and overall in the same sentence. This is exceptionally clean. Yeah, it's not bad. I'll give it a 7 for the aesthetic. I could probably go higher, but then things do pull it back. We'll talk about this in a second. The wrists are weird. You could argue 8. I could definitely see an argument for 8 being made for the aesthetic. Yeah, I'll go 8. Definitely 8. It's worth more than a 7. Okay, on to the accessories, and this is what drives me nuts about this guy. He only has 2 gripping hands. No hands for fighting. He's from a fighting game. No hands for fighting, just the 2 gripping hands. We have a little statue, like an award. Who cares? Like it's cute. He got an award for being an actor, and I get it, and it's probably used in like a fatality or something. No fighting hands. Then we also have a little action figure of him doing the splits and crotch punch thing, but he's looking in the wrong direction, unless that's like a particular thing I'm just not familiar with. I've never liked Johnny Cage as a character. Anyway, we have that, which is nicely enough done, but again, who cares? No fist hands or fighting hands. That sucks. And then we do get his glasses, which are surprisingly well done, that peg in, tab in, slide in around his ears, and they fit pretty well, so that's a good accessory. We do get the little black plastic display stand, which is pretty much worthless, but no fist hands on a fighting game character. That sucks. Accessories, 5 out of 10. Who cares about the extra stuff when the important stuff isn't here? Am I right? I know I am. I don't care about it, and I'm right. Okay, as far as the articulation goes, the head is on a ball peg. Could be a double, hard to say, not that much range. Neck is also on a ball peg. You'll be able to pose it around, but you're not going to get any crazy poses. The hair comes down pretty far. The neck goes up pretty high. I mean, it looks good aesthetically, but you're just not going to get crazy poses out of the head. But it'll be enough. That'll be fine. For the shoulders, better than horizontal. That is good. Going to have full rotation. They do have play forward and back, which is nice. It's a ball peg that connects into the torso, and they made the plastic part in there the color of the jacket. I need more companies to do this. Yes, it looks stupid like this. Don't do that. When it's like this, it looks so much better. You don't have skin tone poking through. Very nice choice there. I like that, and you do get that extra range there. That's good. Bicep swivel is there. Double jointed elbow works just fine. Wrists are on a ball hinge, which is functional, but holy crap, what were they thinking with that design right there? What is this? Let's focus. Come on, why aren't we focusing? There we go. I don't know what was up there. What the heck? That is ugly as heck. Look, here's a comparison from the same company of a different wrist. Look at that. The wrist is the same size, or the ball peg is the same size as the hand it's going into. Like, there's no weird chunking. This is just chunked all over the place. It's craziness why they did that. That's so strange. Obviously, it's a tiny thing, but you're gonna notice it because there's a big block missing out of his wrists when you have him on the shelf. Very strange choice. It's like cut off, and then there's a cutout in there. I don't know what they were doing. That ball joint or ball hinge should be so much bigger to fill out that gap. I don't know what they were doing. That's very weird. Also, no fist hands. Okay, diaphragm joint. We got ball pegs in the lower and the upper, and it moves nicely. Rotates around, obviously, no problem. Leans pretty nicely. You shouldn't have too much trouble posing this guy. That's going to be good. For the hips, he needs to do the splits. He can't quite do the splits, which is just not... Like, he needs to be able to do the splits. If any of the characters need to, it's him. And he can't quite do it, so that kind of sucks. I think that's going to drive some people nuts, wanting to pose him something like this, but he can't. So that blows. Going forward, I mean, it's still good range by any other metric, but for this character, the one figure in the world who needs to do splits for sure, he can't really do it. Bringing the leg forward, not very good. He's not anywhere near as good as Raiden or like Spawn. A lot more limitation in the hips. It looks good neutral, but that's about it. Thigh swivel is virtually non-existent. Double jointed knees, not bad. Not bad, that's fine. And then for the ankle, we have another ball hinge. You can flex the shoe and you get decent range going back. Going forward, it's a little bit harder to flex, but you can bring it forward. This one came that way in the package, so it goes a little bit farther. You just need to flex this, and that's okay. And then, of course, you can rotate that around to get really good ankles. Ball hinge ankles are the way to go if money is not an object. Otherwise, a really good swivel hinge will get the job done. Toe joint is garbage. It's just not going to really account for anything. It's ugly, it's weirdly positioned, and it has minimal... I mean, it's got some range, but eh. And it's floppy, so yeah, not great. So articulation on this guy only gets about a 7 because of certain things. Some things are good. Shoulders are really good. Chest is good. Hips are kind of good. There's just too many things that aren't great, like the wrists or the neck or the toes. Maybe 8. I guess you could go 8. There's some decent stuff on here, so... Yeah, it's not bad. It's definitely a solid release, like no doubt about it. It's just not as good as Spawn or Raiden. Speaking of Spawn, I know a lot of you were interested in me making an axe for him. I have made an axe. I will be selling a painted version that looks something similar to this. And I'll be selling a blank version as well for those of you that want to save some money and paint it yourself maybe. No prices are set yet. The sale is not happening until I finish the until I finish the Gambit head orders that I still have. There were a lot of them, almost done. But for those of you that are Patreon patrons, if you're in the $5 tier or higher, you will be allowed to participate in an advanced sale so that you don't have to wait as long. Once I have some ready, we'll do an advanced sale and we'll get you guys taken care of. But everyone else, there will be a video describing the sale in the not too distant future, hopefully. There you go. All right, so final verdict on this guy. Nowhere near as bad as the Ninjas. Not really anywhere near as good as Raiden or Spawn, but definitely still a strong release. I'm gonna go final verdict 7 or 8, with a heavy leaning toward 8. The 7 is for 2 reasons. He can't quite do the splits, and the wrists are jacked, and he doesn't have fist hands, and his skin tone's jacked. So you can see why I could easily argue 7, but there are a lot of other good things that would make me want to go 8, and that's why I've done 7 or 8. You guys can let me know what you feel about that in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you might want to, because I have thousands of videos just like this on my channel, and new videos just about every single day. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.